I can hear an echo. Yeah. Yeah, the one I was talking about, them, or they, or I can't remember what it is called. The coolest thing about the movie is that in the beginning you see that she had night terrors as a child and accidentally stabbed somebody to death as a kid because she was having night terrors. She thought she was hiding in the doghouse, and okay, well, I gotta wait for them because we're in game chat. They can't hear me right now. Well, she was having a nightmare. She was hiding in the doghouse, and with a knife from the kitchen, and when she saw something coming in, she thought it was a monster. She saw a monster and she stabbed it, and it was her dad, or something like that. I can't remember too clearly, but she.
Ready up.
And in the end of the movie, like throughout the movie, these things show up whenever it's dark, whenever the lights go out, and they have like the supernatural sort of effect on the lighting. So like they can only exist in the dark. Whenever it's light, they're not there. They're gone. Like it doesn't hurt them. It's just like they're gone, like an alternate dimension kind of thing. And so at the end of the movie, it's kind of ambiguous. Like, is she crazy? Did this actually even really happen? Or, there's also an alternate ending where she opens a door in the insane asylum at the end, and there's like this giant world of shadow monster, Lovecraftian, like, horrors. That's a very dismal movie. I gotta look it up, and I'll try and get a. If you're into that kind of thing, that was a really good movie for the psychological. Like,
Countdown.
Okay.
I need energy ammo. Helmet here. Level 2.
Okay, one that's kind of a mind fuck. It's a mind fuck, but it's not so much a horror flick.
Hit the ejector seat.
Is you ever heard of a movie called Gone Girl?
Evo shield here. Level 2.
Thanks.
Anytime.
Oh dear. Old boy. You mean the original Korean one? Yeah. Wait, there was an American remake or something?
Shake a leg. We've only got a minute, and the ring's right there.
I remember the original Hammer fight that inspired Daredevil season 1.
Rings next door. 45.
Like almost all of the
Introducing
yeah.
a new variable.
3-0. Rings close.
Ten seconds remain. The ring is
Oh,
close.
okay. No, I haven't seen it, but I've seen explanations of it. I've seen. I know about the movie.
Fire! Pop in the chimney. Old Famous is waiting.
Breathe it
Airstrike!
Spot. Down. Need a medic.
I'm down. No bueno.
Got me. I'm down.
Fuck me with a sideways broom. Oh, that's right. I'm on stream. I should watch my language. Watch my fucking language. Hello? I like that.
Embrace it.
Oh, good. It auto-picked Thor, or not Thor. It auto-picked
Got this
Costume
round
for me.
squared away.
I was bored out of my damn mind.
Winners out there looking
Like 30-something minutes in, and I'm just like, I turned it off. I'm like, no. Like, this is one of the worst movies. I was like, this is one of the worst movies
Okay.
I've ever seen.
This is your champion.
I was so sad because I was just looking for a good, like, ghost movie. And it was so boring.
Watching Annabelle hits different. That shit is scary.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'm real hot and cold with Annabelle. Like, it's creepy, but I don't think they're very good.
There's one called Veronica in Netflix. It's like, that shit. It was like a Ouija board. Like that. It was literally a demon inside a girl. Like there was a lot of killing and a lot of weird stuff happening.
The movie I was talking about is literally called They, They, and it was made in 2002.
Does it say who's in it? I'm just trying to remember if I've seen it or not.
I think it was Joss Whedon.
Oh, was it a Joss? Oh, God, I'm a fire. I'm an Uber Firefly nerd, so I love Joss Whedon.
I don't want to confirm or deny that yet. I'm just looking at the article while I'm playing, and I want to focus on
I'm
playing more.
almost positive. I'm almost positive I've seen it. So.
Yeah, it's about these monsters that can only move around in the dark. And but the ending is just like I know there's multiple endings, and one of them is just so bleak.
Stoner.
And especially if it was 2000, especially if it was like 2002, like right after 9/11, like there were so many horror movies coming out because everyone was just like
scared. Everyone was terrified of terrorists.
Yeah. I'm coming from behind.
That's what she said. Wait, what? No. That's what he said.
Got him, boys.
Oh,
bro,
no!
that's a level 500 view right there.
Yeah, that sucks. But if you want to watch something, because I also love B horror movies. Like I love like all the Evil Dead stuff.
Madness.
Well, but I was gonna say like all like the Evil Dead, like Army of Darkness, all that Bruce Campbell stuff.
Oh hell yes! Hell yeah!
But there are two movies on Netflix right now that I watched one night and one the other night, and it's The Babysitter, and then the sequel is The Babysitter Killer Queen, and it has Bella Thorne in it.
All I can think of, whenever I hear Killer Queen, I can't help but think of Judy.
Yeah. She's a killer queen.
No, Killer Queen, buckle huts.
But honestly, if you're looking for a good, and they're deliberately semi-cheesy, they're meant to be kind of like you laugh when somebody gets a knife put in their head. Like, it's that type of movie. But, they were honestly some of the best, comedy horror movies I've ever seen in my damn life. Like, at one point in the first one, a guy gets 2 knives put into his head, and they go in like rabbit ears. And he just stands there and there's blood pouring down his face, and he's doing the whole what are you doing, silly?
What? Why? Oh my god!
Oh, but Netflix, The Babysitter, but make sure you watch the first one first, obviously. Oh, the one that made me mad recently was because I love the original Cabin Fever. And then they did a remake a few years ago, and I watched it the other night. And oh my god, it sucks so bad. It sucks. Give him a second. Have you ever seen Green Inferno? Where it's like the tourist group is going into South America or something, and their plane crashes, and they end up being captured by a cannibalistic tribe.
That sounds like
it's
Holocaust.
No, well that's what it is. That was the inspiration for it. But it's Eli Roth, the guy that did Cabin Fever, the guy that did Hostel.
Okay.
Which my favorite super nerd fact about him is that he's in a Quentin Tarantino movie. He is the bear Jew in Inglourious Bastards. The dude with the baseball bat.
That's Eli Roth?
That's fucking Eli Roth. He's the bear Jew.
Wow.
And he's a huge producer. You'll see his name across movie after movie. And he even did, I'm sure if you looked him up, he did a kids movie a few years ago.
Is he related to Tim Roth, the guy who was in,
No, not Tim Roth, no. I know who you're talking about, but no, they're not related. But look him up. He did a kids movie, and it was really kind of I can't remember what it is. I never watched it, but he's a very diverse person. He loves horror, obviously, but I mean, you make a movie where some dude gets his Achilles tendon cut while he's sitting in a chair, strapped to a chair, then yeah, you're kind of fucked up in the head. But
wait, I saw a scene where that happened in
that's Hostel 2. Well, they did it in Hostel 2 also. Dude got his Achilles tendon cut because they said you could get away if you want to. So they cut his Achilles tendon and then they cut the zip ties off him and said, "Go ahead, run." And you're just like, "What?" Because it's Eli Roth, so he does it nice and slow, like sawing through it.
Oh, see.
And you're like,
in the House of Wax movie, they just used a pair of fucking pruners.
Oh no, this was with like a fucking like pocket knife.
I have.
You're like, no, this shit ain't right.
I'm suddenly reminded of.
I mean, a hostile help. And then like
Robin Hood
they
Men in
caught
Tights?
Yeah, because Dave Chappelle when he was like 19.
I'm gonna cut your heart out with a spoon. Why a spoon? Because it's dull and it'll hurt more.
I love Robin Hood Men in Tights. Carrie Ells, Patrick Stewart, Dave Chappelle at like 18 years old.
Did you say, hey, Blinken? No, I said, hey, Blinken.
Attention. First blood.
Anything Mel Brooks. I mean, I literally, my mom was the mom where she didn't want me to watch R-rated movies when I was a kid. But there were certain things.
Mel Brooks.
Yeah, there were certain things where my mom was like, "Okay, you're allowed to watch this because it's quality," and I'm like, "Okay." And so she showed me like History of the World.
Oh, History of the World was great.
Oh, dude, History of the World Part 1 just...
Blazing Saddles.
You look like the Piss Boy.
We have the power of mighty joint.
I have... Oh, God, Jess. I have... Because I actually have, Blazing Saddles and History of the World on DVD. And I've sold a lot of my... Oh, hello, what's up, robot? And I've sold most of my DVDs over the years, but that's one that I hung on to. I've been able to get rid of Mel Brooks. And Young Frankenstein. Ugh.
I must confess.
You know, I've never actually seen Young Frankenstein.
Oh, okay. Your marching orders for the evening are as soon as you can to watch goddamn Young Frankenstein, because that movie, and it's the best part is it's black and white deliberately, you know, because it's supposed to look like an old horror movie, but it's Gene Wilder. And did you ever watch Everybody Loves Raymond?
A little bit.
But the dad on it.
Yeah, the dad.
He plays Frankenstein's monster.
Oh my god!
And there is and he's so goddamn good. Like, oh god.
Oh god, gunfight.
1 minute until
I'm down.
I broke a shield. He's right here in front of me.
Enemies here.
But anyway, his name is Peter Boyle. You know, rest in peace. He died maybe 5 years ago. Yeah, I'm getting shot. I know, gang. Oh, well. Yeah. Didn't last long.
Ah, fuck!
But I was gonna say, if you know the song "Putting on the Ritz," with "Putting on the Ritz," like it's like an old song, but they have this whole scene where, because Gene Wilder plays Dr. Frankenstein, he makes it very clear in the movie that it's Frankenstein, not Frankenstein. And
Huzzah! I have acquired the legendary Bloodhound skin. Battle Pass level 50 on stream.
Woo!
Okay, time to show it off. Just let's go.
Show it off!
Road Warrior! Let's do this. I'm Bloodhound now.
Alright. But yeah, but there's a great part in it because the whole thing is that Dr. Frankenstein is trying to show that he can basically make the monsters civil, that he can interact with people. So they do a stage performance where they're doing that Putting on the Ritz song. But the whole thing is where he's playing, like the piano's playing, and he's like, you know, when you're here, do 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 do. And when it comes to Putting on the Ritz, it's just the monster going. And it's so dumb because it's Peter Boyle, like there's just this big, goofy ass looking bald dude. And he's just like, but then like a light falls over, so it sparks, and obviously, you know, Frankenstein's monster is scared of fire, so he starts like going.
Okay.
It's one of the funniest damn movies.
You don't need to convince me anymore. Marching orders accepted. I will go. I will go see that movie.
Like I said, and that's one of those ones where my mom, like, God bless her, like she was the mom that was like when, you know, the parental guidance ratings came out on CDs. I wasn't allowed to have anything. But she appreciated a good movie. And she'd be like, okay, this might be a little beyond your years, but this is funny, so I think you should watch.
I think parents who share quality culture with their children are good parents.
She built me on good classic comedy. Like, God damn, I grew up on freaking, I want to say Jerry Springer. I can't, oh my God, why am I blanking? Jerry, the goofy comedian guy from the... No,
No? What? Weird Al Yankovic wasn't... You're talking comedy?
Well, no, I love Weird Al Yankovic. I'm talking like 1950s.
Okay. You know, I've actually seen Weird Al Yankovic live twice.
Oh, I am jealous. He's a bucket list one for me.
He's a performer, dude. He is a great
no, believe me, actually, one of the enough to say that with my own money from my allowance, two of the first albums I ever bought on cassette were
I remember cassettes.
Weird Al Yankovic, the Jurassic Park one, where whatever it was, that one, and then Green Day Dookie.
Yeah, one of the first cassette albums I ever bought was The Offspring.
I was just listening to Offspring today.
Oh, what was the album? It was
Ixnay on the Hombre or Smash?
Pretty Fly, the one that had Pretty Fly for a White Guy.
Oh, that's Americana.
Yeah, Americana. Oh my God, Americana was like my fucking adolescence. My entire adolescence.
That has one of my favorite songs on it, where it's like the whole like, why don't you get a job?
Oh
my
God!
friend's got a girlfriend and he hates that bitch.
As an adult, that is just so good. No, hey, don't say, hey, copy. I'm streaming. I don't want to get copyright. I mean, you've got a good enough voice. You might just like, you know, I don't know.
But you got to go to the album that's a couple of years beyond that. I don't know exactly what one it was off, but it's the one they have the song.
Is one of my favorites.
Want You Bad's good. I was listening to Hit That today because I like that one. Says cut. Yeah. But mine is You're Gonna Go Far Kid.
Yeah.
Dance, fucker, dance, you knew you never had it.
I should shut the fuck up right now before I get a copyright.
Dude, because I used to be a manager for BP gas station, and my one night shifter, he had like a and half the time in the morning when I'd come into work, like 5:45 a.m., he always had the same playlist going. It'd be like 6:50 in the morning, and all I hear is, dance, fucker, dance. No, you never had a chance. And I'm like, you do know to turn this off when there's a customer in the store, right? And he's like, oh, yeah. He's like, we're good. I'm like, all right. I just don't want to have some customer being...
I used to work at a Chipotle, and we had a general speaker that we'd put on rotation like every couple hours. Someone would get a new right to play it, and there would just be times where I'd be playing all this like heavy metal, like screamo shit, just shit that would disturb a lot of
Yeah.
normal people.
One less thing to worry about.
And they're like, maybe turn that down. We're kind of heavy
Nope.
on customers right now. We don't want to scare anyone away.
Oh, that was me back when I used to, after BP, 'cause I actually worked for BP for almost over 13 years. But,
BP is
I ended
like
up-
the oil company?
yeah, but like the gas stations, just like eventually like 7-Eleven and shit like that.
Gotcha.
As
No
ownership
worries.
changed. But then I live in Northeast Ohio, and there was like a local like electronics company, like kind of like a Best Buy type thing called H.H. Gregg, and
Gotcha.
and when I would open in the mornings, I'd be in the store for a good 45 minutes by myself, and so we had an iPad in the store. So I would just go on Spotify. I had my Spotify account, registered on our iPad. And so my employees would show up, and they're like 50-something-year-old dudes coming to work in the morning. And I have like 9 Inch Nails and Rage Against the Machine and Marilyn Manson playing. And I like a lot of like EDM stuff too. So I'd have like drum and bass playing sometimes. Like, and they're just like, "What the fuck is this?"
Why
like, it's good.
Why are we
And I'm
here?
like, it's
Only to
like, it's good.
suffer.
It's good music for 8:30 in the morning, motherfuckers. That's what
Oh,
it is.
dude. Nothing better than power metal in the morning for getting you awake and ready for work.
And especially because I have some weird bands that I like if you ever heard of Mindless Self-Indulgence.
I have heard of them, but I've never heard them.
Oh, yeah, there's another one. Yeah, look that shit up. That is,
Okay, how
weird.
about, if you're assigning me homework, then I think it's fair I assign you some homework as well. How's that
I feel
sound?
like I'm just, 1 second, let me gain my bearings. I feel like I'm just, okay, I'm in the circle. I just want to make sure I'm not just running around all crazy. Alright. Yeah, so, what's your assignment?
Band Hammerfall.
Hammerfall. It sounds vaguely familiar.
I'm sure you. I'm not sure.
I gotta
if you
plug my
know,
controller in real quick.
You might have heard of Dragon Force, because Dragon Force is
Yes.
pretty good speed metal, pretty basic speed metal. It's mainstream speed metal. Why you gotta break shit? Why you gotta be so mean? What's up, girl? Who hurt you? Who hurt you? Why are you so mean? Why you gotta be mean? She can't hear me because we're in party chat.
Oh, party chat.
But for real. Maybe chill.
Yeah, Hammerfall definitely sounds very familiar.
Okay, if you want to find a good like work vibe song to listen to while you're working that'll just motivate you to just like
Don't
do
mind
work
if I
and
do.
fuck everything else. Something for the Ages by Hammerfall.
Remember
Okay.
who hooked you up? I've got your back.
That's like my favorite instrumental song in the entire world. Like, and I listen to a lot of video game music, which is instrumental for the pure purpose of getting your attention and keeping you focused on the gameplay instead of distracting you with lyrics. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Something for the Ages is just like an adrenaline pumping. Oh man, I want to listen to it right now, but I can't because stream and copyright and all that fun stuff.
Replicator on high.
The funny thing is, at the end of the song, there's like, you know how like really good instrumental metal bands and everything, they'll do that like that trill at the end, like where everyone's just smashing their instruments, the drums, the guitar, the bass, and then they all kind of like whine once, and there's silence, and then somebody goes, "Piss." That's literally the version of the song I have on my phone That's what happens every time at the end of the song. It's just like. Piss.
So if you like kind of odd stuff, there's definitely,
Cake.
and again, this is, ugh, oh, no, don't.
What?
I can't get behind Cake. And I have so many people that have told me, I can't. Goats go to heaven, sheep go to hell. It's one of those things where
the distance, shadow stabbing.
I can't. There's just something that rubs me the wrong way. But it's one of those things where it's like, I don't judge people that like it. I'm like, I fully understand why you like this music. Like, I have no issue with that. I'm like, it just doesn't rub me the right way. Like, it bothers me.
Okay. I don't blame you for your opinion.
This is the one that usually gets people that wants me to punch. They want to punch me in the face. Is that one of my least favorite, my two least favorite bands ever?
Listen. Cake is California homegrown. California is home to a lot of, well, let's just say crazy lefties who would punch people in the face. So yeah. I'm not gonna blame you for not liking a band that's from California for those reasons.
Well, now that you mentioned California, that adds another band to my list. It was gonna be 2. Now it's 3 that people hate me for not liking. Oh.
So Cake and I'm not gonna hate you for not liking Cake.
My number 1 is the Beatles.
Okay.
I can't stand the fucking Beatles. Hold on, I gotta concentrate. Yeah, okay.
Anyone up for some shopping?
I understand.
Can we ping something?
Okay,
I don't know where they are. Can we ping something? I'm fired to shop this whole goddamn game. Going up the road.
Marking our surroundings.
Knocked.
Down a target.
Almost knocked. Broken shield.
Another squad down.
Fuck, I can't see. I'm blind. Batu, Barata.
Oh my god, yes! Oh my god, somebody else that knows that reference. Do you memorize the words? Yes!
I know your goddamn words. No, just.
Oh god, Bruce Campbell. But I have to say, the other band, because you referenced California, for me is Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay,
now I don't hate the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I could go for the rest of my life without ever hearing one of their goddamn songs on the radio ever again. Other than Other Side. I love Other Side. That song's the shit.
Take it on the other side.
And especially because I think it's for the music video for me. Because the music video holds a special place in my heart. Because it's very like Tim Burton. Like, I love it.
I'm not gonna get pissed at you for not liking bands I like. I will wonder at how cultured you may or may not be, but I will not hate you. I may.
Okay, but the one that gets people with me is that I actually have a tattoo on my arm of one of their old logos is the Smashing Pumpkins. I love the Smashing Pumpkins. At the same time, I hate Nirvana. And
I only like 1 or 2 songs by Nirvana, really.
But, like, Nirvana, it's just... Well, because Weird Al...
It's not like I love Nirvana. It's more like, if it comes on the radio, or it's on in a club, I'll listen to it, and it's kind of cool.
It's just incredibly overrated, but when you said Weird Al, it made me think, if you remember when he did his cover of Smells Like Teen Spirit.
It's hard to talk with all these marbles in my mouth.
Exactly! Yes! And ever since I heard that, I'm like, that's why
What
I
do
don't like
the
Nirvana.
words? No, I know the lyrics. I'm fucking it up on purpose so I don't get like any sort of
Yeah.
copyright thing. Cause
But and that's
I'm
at the
also
same time,
inebriated.
but it's also why I don't get mad, 'cause people go, how could you like the Smashing Pumpkins and not like Nirvana? And I go, I completely understand why you don't like Billy Corgan's voice. And I'm like, because Billy Corgan technically doesn't have a good voice. I just happen to
Smashing
like it.
Pumpkins. I actually have nothing for or against Smashing Pumpkins because I just don't really know much of
Yeah,
anything about them.
they've
I haven't
just
heard.
been
I haven't heard much of their music.
they've just been around for 30 years now.
Heads up. Drop Oscar Mike.
Reloading.
Where is this guy? Ah! Whole squad on me.
No! I just got a fucking peacekeeper. Why am I garbage? Why?
Why did I launch that whole bomb and it didn't hit one damn person in that whole radius? For God's sakes. Well, we got points.
Points,
Yeah.
hurrah!
Now, here's one for you. So, for the era of music that we're talking about, President of the United States of America.
Good. Okay, not bad. Some good things. A few.
Peaches, Lump. That's one that if you got bored one night, well, they're one of those bands where it's like, 99% of the world only knows their hits. And if you dive into their stuff,
there's nothing of value.
Man.
If you dive into their stuff, there's...
No, it's good.
Oh, really? Really?
It's really good. Yeah, no, because everything is basically like, if you like Lump, you're going to like every other song.
All right, Bare Naked Ladies.
Indifferent.
Most of the world will know their hits. You know,
they're along there with Harvey Danger for me.
But okay, now 1 week is like their primary hit. They got a couple other things.
Yeah.
But I've got like 2 or 3 of their albums that I just can't stop listening to because that's what like I was adolescence.
No,
my
yeah,
youth,
they're
my
fine.
childhood.
No, it's good. Like I call that the music that like. There's a lot of music I say if I was in someone's car and it started playing on the radio or it was on their, Spotify or something, I wouldn't get mad. I'd be like, all right, cool, let's listen to it. But I'm never going to spend a dime. I'm never going to spend a dime of my own money on it.
I don't spend any money on music.
Oh, believe me, I used to be the Pirate Bay King.
Oh, welcome to my kingdom then, since I've taken your crown.
I had I think I had 4 terabyte hard drives.
Hey, let's go already.
Yeah, but yeah, Bare Naked Ladies, that's fine. And again, because, well, how old are you?
I'll be 36 in November.
Okay, so this is why we're on the same page. I'm 37. So, yeah.
This is your champion.
We're in the same boat there.
Holy shit, somebody older than me for once.
I know, right? Yeah, the guy we were playing with earlier, he's 15. But he's actually a pretty cool 15-year-old.
Yeah,
I found out last night he was 15, and I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, you're actually one of the cooler 15-year-olds I've ever played with. Like, that sentence is terrible. Take it in context, please.
You said that on stream, not me.
Hey, that's why I add in the postscript there. But no, he's pretty cool. He's funny. Like, I like him. He's good. I just met him a couple of days ago, and he was just like, yeah, cool, yeah, whatever. You're not some annoying squeaker,
Oh, is that when I know that term squeaker became like a public consciousness term. But I don't know when or where.
I got it from playing Destiny. We'd call people squeakers. But
see, I was playing Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies back when I first started thinking about squeakers.
Yeah. Well, the best part now is that with TTV being a thing, people get on and like you'll get on and be like, "All right, guys, I'm gonna get in here. We're gonna rush." No, Mom, I'm not ready for dinner yet.
Yeah, totally.
Especially when you have somebody with that voice going, "What the fuck are you doing? What do you think you're doing?" And I'm like, "Dude, I will find out."
Come revive me!
Ah, no!
You're garbage!
They got me.
Oh shit! Let's go rush him, guys!
Yeah. Oh no, I've had kids say that. They're like, "All right, I don't care if you don't like if this is how I play, but I just rush."
Knocked you, bitch! I don't care if I die, I gotta kill
Behind you.
Squiminated! We got squiminated. The road to gold has uphills and downhills.
Oh, good. Just as great.
Star Wars the other night, and one of the guys I play with, he always has music playing in the background, and he usually keeps it quiet enough that it's not that annoying. And he played a song that I had not heard in probably 15 years. And if you remember, they were called Monster Magnet.
Sounds familiar.
And they had a song that was called Space Lord, and the song just went, "Space Lord, mother, mother," like, and it was just like this, like, almost like an 80s rock song, like, and he played it, I'm like, "Dude, are you seriously playing Monster Magnet right now?" And he's like, "Yeah," he's like, "It's totally on my, like, mid-90s playlist." And it made me so happy. I was just like, "Yeah!"
Today I was going on a 90s riff with like Bittersweet Symphony.
Oh God.
And fucking Two Princes.
Yeah, because Two Princes was what that was. The disc jockeys.
Spin Doctors.
Thank you, Spin Doctors.
I only remember it because I was looking it up today.
We have a job to do.
Pocket Full of Kryptonite. That was the album.
Kryptonite. Oh, Three Doors Down. Three Doors Down was my fucking. Oh, I
Dude,
love
no
Three
joke.
Doors Down.
Three Doors Down. That album was fantastic. And you know what another great album is that I think a lot of people forget about is Matchbox 20. Yourself or Someone Like You, like that big one they had. Like,
I like
dude,
Matchbox
that
20.
that album is
I must be lonely.
yeah, but there was a song on there that never made the radio called "Damn," like, and it was just like this, still kind of a soft rocky, but angsty. But he was just like, you know, and he's just singing, and then like at the end of.
All right, what about 3 Days Grace?
I do enjoy 3 Days Grace, because they were, see, these are the bands I started getting mixed up.
I listened to them back when I was in A school in the Navy.
Because 3 Days Grace was what? Were they,
Early 2000s.
No, I'm just trying to think of a song name.
I Hate Everything About You?
Yeah, okay.
I hate everything about you!
Because then there's the other one that I'd have to look it up. I know it's on my Spotify, but Eve 6.
Yes. Okay. Eve 6. I know there was one or two.
Inside Out. I would swallow my pride. I would choke on the brine. And then the other band, it might actually be in 3 Days Grace, but they had Little Black Backpack. Dude, that song is yeah, I love that song so damn much. Like, but then there's the other one. They had the song where it was like Little Black Backpack. Like, do you want your little black backpack back? Whatever band that was. It was one of the same. I know, I'm coming.
One of theirs I knew.
But yeah, definitely. Actually, Eve 6 is one I can definitely recommend. Do a little dive on them. They're actually a really pretty talented band. I'm coming!
You sure you didn't just make it out of basic training?
I just didn't have anything where I landed. I've been having to scrounge for supplies.
Okay, have you, this is more of a...
I'm fucked.
I was gonna say I'll let you fight, but...
Yeah, nah.
Here's a more contemporary band. that I've gotten into recently that I don't know if you know or not, but have you ever heard of Amaranth?
I have seen the name you, but I am aware of their existence.
The reason I got into their music was because like there was one song that I really liked that was on Spotify that was on just like a random recommendation. But then I started listening to their other music, and they have this anime music sound to them. They sing in English. You know, it's all. I think it's like kind of. There's three different vocalists. There's a male vocalist who does scream. There's a male vocalist who does melody, and there's a female vocalist who does melody. And
I like any band with a female vocalist. So.
And it's got like a very heavy metal kind of vibe to it, but it also literally feels to me it's like an anime intro or outro.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
Speaking of music, do you watch anime? I don't.
Very, very limited. Like, honestly, nothing that's been made recently. Back early 2000s, I watched some. Basically on recommendation of a roommate that I had for a few years.
Okay.
All the time.
I have so many anime I could recommend.
I used to watch Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star.
Good.
And then what was it?
I just played a game with a guy named Vash the Stampede. If you get that.
Beautiful. But what was the one? The main character's name was Guts.
Berserk.
And you just Berserk, yes. Oh my fucking god. That anime will be forever burned into my brain as one of the most insane things I've ever seen. But I grew up...
Anime, okay. Manga or anime. If you want to read it, if you want to watch it, if you like Berserk, check out Claymore.
Okay.
It's kind of similar. It's in the sense that it's got the same kind of dark atmosphere, and it's humans wrestling with their humanity versus like the monstrous nature of within. Like it's about half human monsters, or oni, or half yokai. I forget what the term was, but basically they got to struggle with the demonic nature that they use to fight demons. It's like, you ever hear the quote, beware of how long you stare into the abyss, for the abyss stares back into you? Well, that's basically what the, what that whole theme of that show is, because they're basically using demonic powers to fight demons. And they risk losing themselves to the demonic power and becoming demons in order to fight the demons. And a lot of the time, the most dangerous demons they fight are former demon hunters who lost to the power of the demon and just gave in for the power and all that kind of shit, you know? It's
interesting.
Really, really good, really dark show.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
Claymore.
Yeah, honestly, it's been, sadly, probably around 15-something years since I really regularly watched anime, because it was one of those, like, I had a buddy that had, like, a bookcase that was just, like, full of just anime DVDs, and he would just, like, hand them to me, like, here, go watch this. You know, so a lot of older stuff.
Oh, shit. That's good. I didn't land in lava. Check out a website if you're interested in anime at all. If you're not interested in anime, then forget what I'm saying. Just zone out for now. But Horrible Subs is a website that makes fan subs of all sorts of the newest anime that come out. You can see every anime that comes out every day. They have a schedule like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all that. And if you see the synopsis of something you like, you can just download a torrent of it. And that's how I watch most of my anime.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down for it. Like I said, my main thing, like when it comes to anime, is from all the stuff I've watched, is some stuff that's more fantasy related. I like, but I'm definitely more of a sci-fi, like oriented person. Like I like the sci-fi realm of that, genre. That's
You
kind
ever
of
heard
more my
of Dimension W?
no.
No, Steins
Anything you
Gate!
name, I'm
Steins Gate! You need to watch Steins
stop.
Gate. That is the, are you into time travel at all?
I'm a Star Trek nerd, so yes.
Okay, so the best, I think Steins Gate is the #1 best time travel anime to exist.
What's this?
The ring
It's
is
you start out watching it, it looks like it's fucking ridiculous. It looks stupid. It looks pointless, and why the fuck am I watching this? I don't want to watch this. Keep fucking watching.
Attention.
Gotcha.
You're looking at a guy like looking at a screen with a llama, and you're thinking, why the fuck am I watching this? Why am I watching an anime about a guy looking at a TV screen with a llama on it? But I promise you, it gets so fucking good, and it's so dark, and it's so dark. Oh God, it's so dark.
Definitely, probably right down my road. You can say as far, and again, most of my animes that I can
Do you want to see your
recommend.
main female protagonist murdered over and over again? Do you want to see your main male protagonist suffer the agony of knowing he couldn't do anything to stop it? Well, Steins Gate is the series for you, my buddy. It's Groundhog Day with a lot more death and horror.
Talk about disturbing. The one that I can say is, and again, older. It probably came out in the late '90s, mid-late '90s, but it's called, I think it's called Deep Blue.
I think that sounds
Where
familiar.
it's basically a woman that gets raped by a computer.
Ugh.
Yeah, and it's one of those animes where it's like, oh, here's just a bunch of nudity, and here's a naked girl like stabbing a guy, and she's 13, and he's trying to rape her, and you're like, oh, okay, like I guess this is happening.
All I can say is never nuke a country twice.
But yeah, Deep Blue, and then also there was one that I watched. I loved it. I talk about it every once in a while with people, but I can never remember the name. But it was some kid like he was on rollerblades or a skateboard, and he had like a baseball bat, and like he was like fighting deep. I don't know. It was one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen, but it was so damn good.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't quite think of a name for it.
I don't know. There, like I said, there was a period between like 18 and like 22 years old that I watched so many animes that I can't even keep them straight. But Berserk's the main one that sticks out for me.
Do you remember when the Sci-Fi Channel used to air anime
That,
at like
yeah,
2 a.m.?
Yeah. Well, and then they had Saturday morning anime. Introduced me to anime.
You and me now. Pony up.
First saw Akira.
Give my shields a recharge.
No.
I have escaped! I'm alive! I'm alive!
I am not.
Oh God, someone shoot! I heard the bullet whizzing!
I was gonna say, but yeah, that Sci-Fi Channel anime stuff is where I first saw Akira, and it's still burned into my brain this day that it was so good. That might be what it was. Was it Venus Wars, where it was like these people, like they were like these weird looking tanks, like going through Tokyo, and like
Quite possibly, I
like it was almost like a dude, like they almost had kind of like those like kabuki style masks, where it was like there's so much damn anime that it's hard to keep track of.
yeah,
But yeah, no,
like
I
indecipherably weird. That
yeah,
shit was
but,
good.
And a OG Ghost in the Shell, like
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people where a lot of people say it's almost blasphemous. I actually enjoyed the Scarlett Johansson Ghost in the Shell, the live action movie.
The only people who hated that were SJWs who was like, "Oh, it's whitewashing, ew."
Yeah, exactly. And I'll agree. I'll be like, they should have cast a Japanese woman. Absolutely, that would have been the right thing to do. But tell you what, that movie did the story justice. Like it was a.
Yeah, I gotta take a leak real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
I'm back. You know, I must say it's really refreshing to have a new friend my age.
I know, right?
Most of my friends online, which are really all my friends, are at least 5 to 10 years younger than me. Because we're playing video games, you know?
Yeah.
And,
no. Or you get the somebody that comes into the chat and it's like the Mexican family that apparently there's 1,800 people in the house all screaming at the same time.
My
You're
best
like, oh, well,
friend
this is a fun chat.
Although, okay, he recently moved, so you don't hear it anymore in the background, but my best friend had this, he lived in Puerto Rico. He lives in Puerto Rico still, but they have these frogs that make this
I came here for revenge, but I'll stay
sound,
for the treasure.
and you can hear them in the background. I would play games with him, and I'd hear those frogs in the background. And I played with him for several years, and then I went out to visit him for a week. And when I heard those frogs, my brain had conditioned itself to only hear those frogs when my headset was on. So I hear those frogs, I've reached for my headset to try to pull it off, like, why am I wearing my headset in a public gathering? What's going on?
Yeah, Pavlovian response.
Yeah, totally. It was crazy.
But I was gonna say, what we were talking about before, the one thing I was going to say is, since we're about the same age, you remember late night MTV anime? Like the Max?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Aeon Flux.
Aeon Flux was the shit, dude.
Now, that's another one that people judge me for
Early
liking.
childhood boners for 500 for Beck.
Oh, God, when her eyelashes caught the fly in the opening credits and everything, but... Is that person still coming?
Not anymore.
Alright. But I was gonna say, but same thing along the lines of, oh god.
bitch!
Along the lines of liking the Ghost in the Shell movie. Oh, we got someone over here somewhere. I'm stuck. God damn it, I'm stuck on a damn ledge.
You are fortunate we are on the same team.
Was that I actually liked the Aeon Flux live action movie.
Gotcha, bitch! You is my elf hole! I'm gonna get them rank points!
Getting shot.
They're hurt. Broke shields.
Trap set and waiting.
Oh, right there, right there.
I am garbage. That's alright,
But yeah,
2 kills. 2 kills plus 8. I got me some rank points. What about you?
I got some damage points. No kills. Let's see.
No espueno.
But yeah, that Aeon Flux movie, was that Angelina Jolie, I think it was?
Yeah. That was
But
alright.
I actually liked it. Like, I kind of dug it. Like, it was, for what it, minus 12.
Oh my god, I only got 8 points.
But for what it was, and then, again, I'm a movie nerd, so, like, my movie nerd fact about that one is there's a scene at the beginning where, like, she kisses a guy, and she passes, like, a pill, like, from her mouth to his, or vice versa. However it works. And the dude that she's kissing, his name is Stuart Townsend. They were dating at the time, and Stuart Townsend played Lestat in the Queen of the Damned movie. Because I'm one of the few people that actually like the Queen of the Damned movie.
Well, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with liking a movie that's critically panned, right?
Oh yeah, no, that movie got panned, well, because it was so broken. Because I actually used to read all those Anne Rice vampire books, and Queen of the Damned, the movie, stole from like 3 different books. Like, it was completely broken. But I was like, I can go in this watching it just as a vampire movie. I don't need to be like, they didn't pay attention to what happened on page 173, paragraph 2. And I'm like, it was cool. There were vampires.
I'm not as nice with adaptations of my favorite things.
It depends for me. Like, I could watch something and I'll go, I didn't like how they did it, but I was still entertained. Like, that's my thing.
Okay,
I'm like, did I enjoy watching it?
Do you read fantasy novels?
Not that much. I was a real nerdy kid. I read Star Trek, Star Wars.
Hoping to meet your maker.
So you were into the more sci-fi side of nerdiness than
I'm definitely a sci-fi. Yeah, that's my bread and butter.
You ever heard of a fantasy author named Terry Goodkind, the Sword of Truth series?
No, I have not.
Okay, that was one of the first fantasy series I read that really kind of like it shaped my morality to speak, kind of like the wizard's first rule. You want to know what got me to read that book? The Wizard's First Rule is the title of the book. And you know what the Wizard's First Rule is? People are stupid.
That's fairly accurate.
They will believe anything you want them to, either because they fear it to be true or they want it to be true. If you can sell a lie, people will believe it either because they're afraid it's true or because they want it to be true. But basically, people are stupid.
Yeah,
Got the positional advantage.
that's pretty accurate in my book.
Good thing it's not.
And the wizard's second rule is, I don't remember what the exact wording was. The worst of harm can come from the best intentions, but basically it means the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty accurate for any aspect of life.
All things die, even champions.
I like that series. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I was big into, there was a, can't remember his name, he's actually the guy, I want to say he wrote, Shadows of the Empire, which is a fantastic Star Wars book. But he wrote a series of books based on based off of like the Sigourney Weaver Aliens, like the sequel. And they're really good books, but they were definitely
Let us
targeted
rescue
to
our lifeline.
more of a. Oh, come on! Fuck you, gun!
Why have you failed me, Mastiff? Why?
Honestly, people complain about the warm-up time on the Havoc. For me, it's the reload. Reload takes so long on that damn gun.
On the what?
The Havoc. Like, people complain about the wind-up time on it, but I'm like, for me, it's the reload. Like, that's why you gotta get that extended energy mag on it.
By the way, are you watching the stream or aware of my channel?
No,
I have 35 subscribers. I could use one more.
Oh, look, I'll get it on my phone. Because I am a odd person in the modern world where I actually don't have a home PC.
Hey, no worries.
I have my PlayStation and I have my phone.
Well,
Let me
then,
get to.
if you're not in
No, I'll subscribe. I'm always down to
No,
for somebody a subscription.
I'm not gonna obligate you to. If you're not gonna watch, you don't have.
Nah, fuck it. I'll put it
to
on.
subscribe.
I want to support everyone I can.
Well, I'm not making any money off of it. It's not like I'm not monetized or anything like that. I'm just having fun trying to like say, hey, watch me make fun of myself and make a fool of myself and have fun playing video games.
What's your channel?
It's the same as my PSN name, but underscores between the words, like beard underscore of underscore Thor.
Catalyze the process.
All aboard the Ock train.
Beard.
Get ready to
Oh
stitch
god,
them
why
up.
do I suck at typing so bad?
The stream right now is called Road to Gold. So if you look for my channel and you see
Beard underscore of Thor.
Yep.
There we go. No, hold on, I'm subscribing. I can't jump.
Suffers in silence. Entertainment.
Just want to give a shout out to all my fans watching. I love you guys.
Okay, I
love you.
appreciate it.
Just want to give a shout out to all my fans watching.
Oh man, that's like I actually used to be
Just wanna give a
real
shout out
super
to all my
heavy
fans
into
watching.
Destiny.
Hola.
I actually used to be a mod on what is now the second biggest Destiny page on Facebook,
Can you
and
feel the speed?
I just fell out of the game, so I'm not a mod anymore. But yeah, my buddy Brian, who
So
lives in
wait.
Colorado, he runs
Okay,
this Destiny group and
You played Destiny.
YouTube page. Destiny 1 and 2. I haven't played for about 6 months.
Borderlands 3.
Yeah, that's I've been told that multiple times.
I have multiple videos on my channel of Borderlands farming.
My thing is, I've started to dig games like this where I can hop in and, like, I never used to be a shooter player, but something changed with me where I'm like, I like the idea of being able to play, and if I lose, cool, 30 seconds later, I'm in a new match. Like,
Yeah,
just kind of
what I like
instant
about
gratification.
a lot of my friends are like, oh, I don't like battle royales, but to me, it's not so much. There's a manga I read that I desperately wish could be made into an anime
Shotgun
called
bolt
Battle
here.
Royale. And it's literally like, I swear to God, it's gotta be the inspiration for all these Battle Royale games.
Evo shield here.
Because
Level 2.
it's literally about a
Evo
bunch
shield
of
here.
school kids
Level 2.
who get put on an island and
Oh
said,
yeah, that Japanese, yeah, it's Hunger Games before the Hunger
They're-
Games.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's a live action movie it's a Japanese
Yeah, I know
movie.
what you're talking about. Yeah, Battle Royale. Yeah, I've seen it.
But the manga, oh my God! If you checked out the manga or the novel, I haven't read the novel itself, but if you check out the manga, it is so much better than the fucking movie. Oh my God, the
I
characters
mean,
are so much
that
more
movie's
developed.
fucking brutal though. Like,
Oh my God, it is okay. The movie, you think the movie's brutal? You like dark things? You like darkness. Oh, check out the manga. Check out
Alright.
the graphic novel of Battle Royale. You will thank me, and you will wish there was an anime for it.
Hey, believe me, with how the world's going right now, and all this more animated stuff's coming out, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more, anime, manga style stuff.
Faster, faster, faster!
Confirmed hit on cargo bot.
Of current manga, modern anime that I think
The
you
ring retracts
may
in
like,
1 minute.
I recommend. It's also on that horrible subs site I was talking about. Check out Dr. Stone.
Okay.
It's basically it's
45
kind of
seconds. Ring
sci-fi,
ain't close.
but
Oscar
it's
Mike,
not
ladies.
really. It's basically the concept is that all at once,
There's a new
out of
kill
nowhere,
leader.
the entire
Just another
world,
insect, if you ask me.
humanity, and some other similar species, were turned to stone. All of humanity, all at once. 3,000 years later, the main character, who happens to be a super scientist, smart kid, starts to rebuild modern society from scratch. And the first season of the anime, he does everything up to making like
We are all outside of the ring.
modern katanas to fight off the bad guys. It's a shonen series, so it's not like it's not just a calm, no conflict series. There's actually
Right.
battle and things that happen. It was a series that was made in Shonen Jump, which is the same people who publish
One Piece!
One Piece and Naruto and Bleach and all the other battle animes. But it's not a battle anime, it's just like a science anime. Like you learn science, legit science from watching this anime, and it's great. High quality
Hey,
animation.
hold on, we got stuff over here.
Hostile. Danger close.
I'm sorry, I'm gushing about Dr. Stone.
No, that's fine. I'm just listening to the noises and trying to. I don't want to get stuck outside
You're
the
trying
damn
to
ring.
win, I'm trying to sell a series.
I'm not trying to win. No, my main concern at this point is not getting stuck in the goddamn ring.
Oh yeah, that's a thing, isn't it?
I know. That's what people are like. They're fighting over here. I'm like, yeah.
How am I so far away from you guys? I got left behind, I'm stoned.
They're like, the fighting's over here. I'm like, I'm just trying to get in the goddamn ring, motherfuckers. But that what you were describing there kind of reminded me of. I'm a big, obviously, like I said, sci-fi fan, so I love the aliens.
Gurren
I love.
Lagann.
Huh?
Sorry. Go on. I'm sorry.
But I love like the Alien series. So it's like, obviously, I love the director Ridley Scott. He did the first Alien, and then like he did like the last two ones, Prometheus and
There's a new kill leader.
Alien
Just another
Covenant.
insect,
But
if
he
you
also
ask
did
me.
like tons of other movies. He did Gladiator, back in the 90s.
Right,
But
that was a good one.
I just love his directing style. But there's this movie that's or a show that's on HBO right now called I might sign off in a bit. I think there's a new episode to watch. It's called Raised by Wolves, and kind of a similar idea where there was basically like a religious battle on Earth in the relative, one of those the near future, kind of movies. And those boxes have been opened. Okay, but and it starts out with like there's these two androids. Because obviously, if you watch any of the Alien movies, Ridley Scott loves androids. And
This is
there's
in the
Mother.
Alien universe?
No, it's not. It's completely separate. I think it's based off of a book. But it's called Raised by Wolves. And it's basically there's an android called Mother and an android called Father. And they land on one of like the moons of Saturn. And what they are is the technically what we call like the atheist like sect on Earth sent these androids. God, I got the hiccups. Sent the androids out to like repopulate the human race. So they raise 12 children and only one survives. And then the religious people.
This sounds like a
There's
movie I've seen called Mother recently, like a sci-fi movie.
I Am.
No, it was just called Mother. I think that was.
Well, Mother was the weird one in like the haunted house. I Am Mother is the girl that was like living in the bunker with the robot that raised her.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's I Am Mother. Yeah. I just watched that recently. I loved that movie. Oh, I thought it was so good. But yeah, this is basically, and then a few episodes in, like it's one of those ones where it's really hard to explain because apparently the mother, the android, is technically a necromancer, and she can like fly in the sky, and if she looks at something with her own eyes, she can just make living beings explode. So she rips out her own eyes and takes the eyes from a victim to replace her eyes so that she can. Yep.
She rips out her own eyes and then what?
Oh, that didn't work out well. But, so basically what she realizes that her eyes can kill living beings, so she rips out her own eyes, hides them underneath the ground, and removes the eyes from somebody that died, and puts them into her own head, but when she needs to defend her living son, quote-unquote son, she recovers her eyes and puts them back in to return to being a necromancer to kill things. Like, and at this whole time, there's like one of the Earth vessels has found them, and they're the religious people, basically. Almost think of it like the Crusades. You know, the what were they? Can't think of the term for them. But where they had like the red crosses on their chest, like where they ran the Crusades.
Deus Vult and all that.
Yeah, and they end up showing up and like on the planet. It's way too convoluted to describe, but. I was so sad. I burned through 3 episodes in one night. And then they realized like 3 days later the next episode was coming out. And I watched it and I was like, why is there no more? I need more of this.
More? I think it.
But yeah, between that and you mentioned earlier, I heard you name drop, oh my god, fucking crazy sci-fi horror writer guy. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
And there's another show, it's on HBO, it's called Lovecraft Country.
Oh?
Yeah. It is basically because one of the things that a lot of people don't know about H.P. Lovecraft is that he was way into eugenics and like he was basically a fascist. Like he believed that like Jews and black people should be killed.
Save it for when we win.
He was super hardcore. But what it is this show takes place like in like I think it's the 50s, and it's basically centered around this like black family, and there's like those Lovecraftian monsters that just have eyeballs all over their backs, like and all kinds of stuff, and they come out like and it's. So it's this weird, like, 1950s period piece where, like, they're running from these monsters and... But yeah, look it up. Lovecraft Country. And it's super... I guess it's based on a book. Somebody wrote a book that's like, what if the world H.P. Lovecraft wanted/imagined actually existed? And you just make your brain... you just want to tear your brain in half.
The question I ask is it the world that H.P. Lovecraft wanted, or the world that H.P. Lovecraft was afraid of?
It's both. There are monsters, but it's also a white supremacist society that like there's a point where like at one point like the black family in the show like runs across some sheriff on a road, and he's like, well, you better get out of here before the sun comes down, because you're not welcome here after the sun comes down. And like the cop looks at him and they're like, well, how long before the sun goes down? And he goes, 12 minutes. And they do the math. They're like, well, if we drive at whatever speed, and he goes, but you better not speed or I'm going to pull you over and you won't get out of here before the sun goes down. They end up getting out of the city limits in time so that the sheriff doesn't arrest them, but then they run into monsters because the sun goes down and all the H.P. Lovecraft monsters come out. It's fucking bonkers.
Suffer for killing me!
I'm coming. I have guns and armor finally. Oh, actually, dude, I just launched smoke from like a mile away and actually hurt someone.
Let me switch to your perspective. Good maneuver. The enemies can't see where they're at. Finish them. Crawl.
Ah, damn it!
Just sit there and get shot at. That's not a good plan.
Hostile over there.
I was shooting at the guy. I was shooting at the guy in front of me. Not to the two people next to me.
Well, no. See. I don't care what you're shooting at, but sitting there and getting shot at is not a good idea. You gotta move.
There was a lot of stuff happening there.
You know. I know you don't like Cake, but they have a song that perfectly applies to this situation called "You Have Got Always Got to Move" or "You Have Got to Move" or something like that. But that's the chorus. You have always got to move. You're racing just to prove that there is something new in
well, they're
do.
Canadian. They don't know anything.
They're actually Northern Californian. They
Oh, are they? I thought they were. I was thinking of Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah, no. Cake is from Sacramento. They actually have like songs, like a lot of numerous songs where they name drop California cities.
Yeah, I think any band from California has to name drop California cities.
Sublime, for one. Oh, dude. Sublime.
See, that's another one people get angry at me for. I fucking hate Sublime. I cannot stand Sublime. If heroin has done anything good in this world...
You don't have to finish that. I know what you're talking about. Oh my god. That's so dirty. It's so dark. I love it.
That's like if you make a Kurt Cobain joke, like, what was the last thing to go through Kurt Cobain's head?
A slug.
Yep, 12 gauge.
No. That's like saying, well, that's like if you hated Nirvana, saying the best thing that happened to music was a Mossberg 12 gauge.
Best thing that happened to Nirvana was the Foo Fighters.
Oh
that's
my
if you
god.
Dude, if you want to hear something really funny, look up, I'm sure if you looked up Puddle of Mud Nirvana, the lead singer of Puddle of Mud, like a couple of months ago, put out a cover of Smells Like Teen Spirit. It is one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life. It's worse than the original Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Why on earth would I look that up?
Because it's funny. Plus it's Puddle of Mud. 15 years. Same with how Andrew WK came up on my Spotify the other day, and I was like, holy shit, Andrew WK.
Wasn't Puddle of Mud the guys who did the bodies in the floor?
No, that was Drowning Pool.
Drowning Pool.
No,
you're right,
Puddle
you're
of
right,
Mud
you're
was,
right.
she fucking hates me.
Ew.
She fucking hates me. And the lead singer of Puddle of Mud, again, I'm a music.
We're in
Vocal cords
danger.
in the early 2000s, and the doctor said we can remove these polyps, but if we do, it might change your voice. So he chose not to have the polyps removed, so he could keep his voice. I know, okay.
Taking fire. Popping smoke. Off the right. Unspotted. Reloading.
Independent variable.
Blood. Should have seen that coming.
Popping a chimney. One inside.
Oh, this is not going well. Oh, I actually made it out. Holy shit. Yeah, fucking Puddle of Mud, man.
Boy jumping.
And then Andrew WK. We love to party hard.
Now it's time to party. Yeah, no.
Yeah, dude, I don't care. That song when that came up on my like recommended for you Spotify, it made me so happy. I was like, I haven't heard the song in so long, and I forgot how goddamn good it is.
What was it called?
It's just Party Hard. That's the name of the song. Just Andrew WK, and his album was called Wet or something. Oh god. I have no armor. Oh, I do have armor.
I is dead.
I'll go here first, now that I'm glitching. Okay. Oh god! Let's be it. Wow, what the fuck? I just got shot in the top of my head. Okay.
Yeah, it's Andrew K. Party Hard. Andrew WK Party Hard.
Party Hard,
Right.
yeah. Dude, that song, it'll never get old. Like that's like a...
If
like,
that
all
comes
right,
on,
guys.
if that comes on when I'm wasted at a club, I will hit the dance floor. I know that song. I remember that song.
It's so goddamn fun. I mean, that's up there with like that's the same time period as like, you know, Eve 6. You know, the whole like I would swallow my pride, I would choke on the rise, and you're just like, yeah, let's rock out to some like early 2000s shit, yo.
Memories. Good times.
That or like some 41.
Yeah.
And they have actually, I was thinking of this earlier when you mentioned instrumental song. They have an song off their first album that nobody really knows about because it was all like straight up like minute and a half punk songs. But they have a song called "Grab the Devil by the Horns and Fuck Him in the Ass." And it's just like a minute and a half.
Apologetic. As am I.
Or anything, but it's called "Grab the Devil by the Horns and Fuck Him in the Ass."
That sounds awesome.
And another band that I will reluctantly say that I like, but it's only the one album that I like, is Smash Mouth.
Oh.
Their album, the main one that made them famous, but Fuck You Mang, their very first album, the one that had Walking on the Sun, was actually almost like a punk core album. Like, they had a song called Beer Goggles about getting drunk at a party and a song about, like, beating up their landlords. Like,
okay, they're one of my favorite songs. I'm pretty sure it's Bare Naked Ladies. It's from that same era, but it's called She's on Time.
it sounds familiar.
It's basically about, like, having sex with your girlfriend while she's on her period because it's the safest time of the month, so you don't get pregnant.
See, that's the thing. A lot of those bands did that stuff because, like, before they got famous, like, they didn't care. And then once, like, they had that song that made them famous, they were like, oh, well, let's just
Now I
keep
gotta
making
play it
this stuff.
safe. Yeah.
That's what happened to Sugar Ray.
Yeah.
I just want to fly, 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 fly. Blah, blah. Their first album, Lemonade and Brownies, was like a pure party metal album. Like, it was actually metal. Like, and then, like, they came out with that damn Fly song, and they were like, oh, girls think we're cool if we sing pretty songs. Same thing happened to Incubus.
Yeah.
Incubus was like,
I wish you were here.
yeah, well, and before, because that was off of their like third album, and but before that, they were on the Family Values tour with fucking Ice Cube and Korn and Orgy, like, and
Blue
and
Monday,
then they came out with
does it
and they
feel?
feel. No, dude, Orgy. If you get the chance, that's a band to do a dive on. I love Orgy. I've actually seen them live. I want to say 4 times. I love that damn band, but the problem is everyone left the band. Like, all it is the lead singer, Jay Gordon.
Here's another band I think you're gonna say is probably like you're gonna get hate for not liking. Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh, you mean AC/DC? No, I don't. I'm indifferent to Avenged Sevenfold. Like, it's fine. I mean, Backcountry, whatever. You know, it's fine.
Well, have you heard the music they've done for Call of Duty Zombies?
No, I don't. They're not on my radar whatsoever.
Okay, they're pretty good. As far as
No. I mean, they're talented. I mean, but it's not
I did go to a concert
my cup of tea.
In San Jose before I moved to Texas, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, like Avenged Sevenfold, that's fine. I mean, I'd rather listen to Seven Dust.
I'm unfamiliar.
You remember Black? A huge song, like 96. Seven Dust. Like, as soon as you hear the beginning, like, guitar lick off of it, you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, these guys. But it was like one of those things where it was a big deal in the 90s to have a metal band with a black lead singer.
Okay. I remember, I don't know why I'm thinking about it, but I remember Steel and Kiss from a Rose.
Kiss from a Rose, my acne. Dude, that motherfucker was married to... That motherfucker fucked Heidi Klum. For God's sake.
Success? Hey, success is success.
Yeah. Dude, and I don't care. Kiss from a Rose, man. That's a damn good song.
Yeah.
Cause he also...
I used to remember playing... you ever hear of a game called Splatterhouse?
Splatterhouse?
No, Splatterhouse. It was an SNES game where you had this like mask that the main character wore because his girlfriend was taken by demons and he had to become a demon to fight demons and so on and so forth. He became
I remember what you're talking about.
This Jason Voorhees ripoff.
Care package.
But
Care package touching down.
I remember thinking about. Like, I was playing that game while listening to Kiss from a Rose because it was like all about like how he was going for his girlfriend and it was such he did scary bad things. Oh, dude, Spawn.
I mean the movie was awful.
Oh no! I'm talking about the comic books, but like also the HBO.
Yeah, Todd McFarlane.
The Todd McFarlane HBO series that came out was fucking fire.
Oh, what do we got here?
Bad guys.
Oh,
I
I
hear
need to
bad
eat
guys.
something.
Champion
Uh-oh.
eliminated.
Alright, what do we call it after this game day? Because it's been a while
Yeah.
Come on in.
started.
Old Bayless is waiting. Putting lead down range. They got me. I'm down.
My vision is clear. Adding another gas trap.
Whee!
Still see everything.
Gas everywhere! Enjoy your death!
Oh god, you're actually rubbing me. Oh my god.
Why would you do such a thing?
More.
Hobo ninja, hobo ninja, hobo ninja, go! Hobo ninja, hobo ninja, hobo ninja,
Hobo ninja down. Again.
go!
And again. And again. And again.
That sounds a lot like my experience.
Alright. Well, you have a good night, sir. I am calling it.
It has been wonderful playing with you. Glad to make
Yep.
you friend my age.
Yes, absolutely. Hopefully see you soon.
I'm always free on the weekends, pretty much. Alright, my bearded brethren, we are calling it a night. Good night.